Okay, welcome to another episode of Tactical Gear Guy. Just wanted to kind of go over a pretty cool knife that I just recently picked up. It's a Emperor Bowie knife from King Knives. It is handmade, which is really unusual to find these days. A decent knife that's handmade. It's not, 300 bucks. Um, Honestly, probably not a knife that I really needed, but as you knife guys know, when do you really need another knife? It's just, it's just fun. And I didn't have a Bowie knife, so I thought I'd pick one up, and this one's really cool. So basically, just kind of wanted to go over it and give a brief description and that kind of thing, show you what I got, my new toy, basically. So basically, what this is once again, a King Knives Emperor. It's the name of the knife. It's a Bowie knife. It is handmade, or so they tell me, and it is really really well made. I'm absolutely blown away by how well made this knife is. It's got an 8-inch blade. It's made out of Damascus steel, which is why it's got all these what look like engraving in it. Looks like almost laser etched or acid etched. It isn't. It's actually stacked steel. It's 200 layers of steel. They've and it's the Damascus style of making steel knives and other things. And the reason that's pretty much the reason why I got it, because I thought it was just the coolest thing ever. It is 4 millimeters thick or 5/16 inch. For you guys that are into knives, you know that the blade thickness is pretty much everything. It does have a hardness of 58 to 60 on the Rockwell scale. It means it's really a pretty hard steel, and it holds a nice sharp edge for a pretty long time. It's not something that's gonna go dull quickly. It also, when you do sharpen it, I'm not sure how well you can see this blade with this light, but if you look here, you can actually see, if you look real close, and again, I'm not sure how well you can see, you can actually see the layers of steel going into the actual grind of the blade itself. And also the way I know that it is indeed of Damascus steel is back here. You can see the stack as well, and it goes directly into the side, which is really hard to fake if you're going to make a look-alike, which apparently they do as well. But anywho, that's kind of what tells you that it is indeed a Damascus steel blade, and that it is going to be pretty hardcore as far as holding a sharp edge. Also, on the different components that are here are also Damascus steel. Again, I can tell by how it's flows from one edge to the next. You can actually see in here that it's all kind of etched, or not etched, but you can see the layers of steel flowing from the side into the front, and there's no like smooth edges, and that's how you can kind of tell whether it is indeed a Damascus steel blade or not. Is that if you look at the spine, which is the back edge of the knife, if this has got a smooth shiny edge, that tells you that it's just etched and that it's a fake. So that's what you're looking for when you're looking for a fake on these. So I just kind of go over each part here. This is a walnut, a wood handle. It's 5¼ inches long, and the steel guard and the finger notch and the pommel again are all Damascus steel as well. And just again, it was just such a cool looking knife, and it's well made. You can't even feel the ridges where the components come together. It's really really hard to tell that those are separate pieces, but obviously they are, because these are wood and those are steel. So other than that, the packaging that this came in, and let me get that to where it doesn't get a big glare. The packaging that this came in was absolutely phenomenal. It's multi-layered. It was, each component was wrapped separately, and it had a real nice, you know, little tip on the blade to keep it from getting messed up if it happened to get packaging get squished or you know, anything on that line. So it was packaged really well. And again, you kind of got to watch out for fakes on these. Apparently, there's some folks out there faking these. Also, when it comes down to, you can see that that's been embossed, and the sheath on this is actually really nice. This is almost, you know, like 3/8 or a ½ inch thick. This is really a nice sheath on this thing. You know, but again, you know, when you get a nice knife, it's really hard to get a really decent sheath. This is, you know, kind of flimsy, and I don't really like the belt hoop, and you know, this holds it in, but you know, again, it's one of those things where when you're looking at it, you know, yeah, it goes over and it snaps and, you know, that type of thing, but it's not my, you know, cup of tea as far as it's not a really nice sheath, but it's nice. It's okay. I mean, for the price, I mean, I got it for 65 bucks with shipping. Wasn't a bad deal. But again, not necessarily a mandatory item, but I do like the blade on it, and that's kind of why I picked it up, just because I thought it was really cool. But anyway, just wanted to kind of go over that. I'm a kind of a knife collector, big knife guy. And I'd always wanted a Bowie knife, so I thought, what the heck, you know, you only live once, and, you know, I've been wanting to add one to my collection. So, again, hope you enjoyed that. It was, again, not something that's mandatory, but, you know, it's always fun, and they do, you know, if you need to use it, you can use it, and it's pretty good size. So, other than that, hope you enjoyed the review. If you're so inclined, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. Otherwise, again, have a great day and be safe out there.